The Native Friendship Center is a social cultural drop-in center. It's been in existence for 16 years. We deal with all students. We deal with high school students, we deal with post-secondary university CEGEP students, and we also deal with students, adult students who are in continuing education. We have served students who have come from across the country as well as across Quebec. So therefore, since there's no Department of Indian Affairs in Montreal since 1982, we provide the counseling service or referral service as Indian Affairs used to provide. So if a student has difficulty adapting, we try to help that person adapt. We have the adult education courses that was started last year, and then we hold sessions on specific information such as AIDS, sexual transmitted disease, other awareness things that are going on that affect Native people across the country. We also encourage the students in Montreal to organize student associations in their own college or university. And this year alone, since everything happened this summer, quite a few associations have started up, which is really encouraging because it creates more of an awareness that Native people are going to school and that they can use each other as resource people. We're funded by Secretary of State for our actual operational expenses. As far as activities and programs offered by the center, they're all fundraised. We often have workshops in terms of organizing speakers to come and make presentations here. Such as a couple of weeks ago, we had a Native person from Saskatchewan come and make a presentation on a Native person living with HIV. Mm-hmm. And he was also the same speaker that went and spoke in the Cree communities. So we had him and spoke here, and a lot of people attended. The Katavik School Board that is funding the adult education program downstairs is also looking into hiring possibly an extra teacher to teach French, and that will be part of an extra program that more people can get involved with. And we have computer training for the staff, as well as for other people who are interested.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the computer training?
The computer training is basically right now just helping to train some of the staff members who are going to be using more of the computers in their workplace. But eventually, it's going to be Katavik School Board is going to be opening up a computer training system service
for natives.
For natives.
For natives.
Yeah.
And
the other language program that they're looking into perhaps might be Ojibwe classes.
Ojibwe.
Yeah. We have a student handbook that we provide to students when they first come here. And the things that we have in the student handbook is how to use the metro. What are the prices to fares, how to look for apartments, how to use their student counselor in their own university or CEGEP, where are the theaters and entertainment, where are the bookstores and stuff like that. It's just to make it easier for them to get around. The other way that we reach our clientele as well as students is we have a monthly newsletter. And in the newsletter, it talks about our programs and activities in the past, as well as what's happening in the following month. I have all kinds of students who are going in different fields. Sometimes the field is not something that can be used in the community because the community is not so much advanced yet. But eventually, I think what's going to happen in the future is the students that come to school perhaps will not be so anxious just to get educated and leave the community. And we're hoping that the community makes the adjustments that when people do go through the school system, that there's rooms for people to go back home in the community and use their education as a way of improving the community and not just get educated and leave the community. And these are some of the things that we're working towards in making communities understand that it's not just important to educate them, but it's also important to make sure there's room in place in the community for the student to come back in after they finish their education. The success rate of people attending the program is very good. It's really increasing. It provides a lot of motivation for people who are not in school, and it is possible to continue their education. We're open 365 days of the year. We're never closed. On Monday to Friday, we're open from 9 till 10 in the evening, and on weekends, we're open from 12 till 6. And our students are the ones that keep the center open on weekends as well as weekdays. We try as much as possible to try to meet the needs of our clientele. So whatever comes out as basically a need for our clientele, we try to implement those programs in place.
Katavik was created as part of the James Bay Agreement, and it has license to create education for the people on the territory, a unique education. So where ministry programs are appropriate, they're used, and where not, the school board has an express mandate to create programs that meet the needs of the population. You'll find the school board involved in everything from courses for fire chiefs, welding, electrical, secretarial, all kinds of things. It's a fully integrated board. We serve whoever is on the territory, which is largely Inuit people in Great Whale, and there we serve also the Cree population. Whoever happens to be on the territory. If an Inuk marries a Mohawk and she comes to live in a settlement, then she is eligible. It's just whoever's there. It's not, contrary to popular myth, it is not a native school board. It is just the school board which serves northern Quebec. One of the only land claim settlements that have been made in this century have been with the Inuit and Cree, and it is an autonomous board, just as the PSBGM is autonomous. It's fully recognized by the Quebec government. I don't believe there's anything to do with the feds. We have a very strong need to serve the Inuit people who live outside of northern Quebec. And there are about 22,000 Aboriginal peoples living in Montreal. Many of them use the center, and the school board decided that it would be a very useful way of serving the people outside of the territory. So, of course, what's different about this, aside from being off territory, is that it's open to all Native peoples. So we have literally people from coast to coast to coast as students in this school. We follow the ministry guidelines, the program par objectif, which is in the trade known as PPOs. Yeah. Where they're not appropriate, Katavik has made its own materials. Where they're not appropriate, one actually does one-to-one teaching, because no one learns or assimilates information the same way as the person next to him or her. So it's just a very personalized program. We don't do a great deal of classroom teaching in the traditional sense. It's based on fostering independence. You open your books as a student, you read your material, you work the examples if you have trouble with it, then you ask for clarification. Students grade their own work. At the end of each unit, the test is given. If it's failed, then we sit down and work the material together until it's understood. We also have upgrading courses: math, English, French, geography, computers, history, biology, so on. The literacy program is it's very informal. It's on a as-needed basis. I have one person in the literacy course right now. I have another person who is dragging his feet about coming, and no one is obliged to come here. It's strictly it requires willingness on the part of the would-be student. And so the literacy course at this point is very much geared to meet this person's needs who is semi-literate. We have facilities at Lac Hélène, which is around Val d'Or somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, having never been there. We offer many courses in our large adult ed center in Kujarapik, Great Whale. skidoo mechanics, hairdressing, secretarial. We also take advantage of Dawson College and McGill and Concordia as students progress. And if the program is too specific, not specific, but if the program is too, if there's not enough general interest on the, for the school board to offer its own program, then we tap into other institutions. The programs are very accessible. They require that the person be willing and available, and that the person be serious. The success rate depends on the student's commitment, but there's almost no red tape. Dawson and Concordia recruit regularly on the territory. They send someone around. Katavik itself has its own counselors, post-secondary counselors. They have a department set up to guide those young people or older people who want to continue in education, guide them through the steps necessary. It's often bewildering to come down south and live in a large city. It's not uncommon to get ladies in their 70s who want to come in to do a traditional sewing course, or whatever happens to be offered. It's a form of entertainment, the pop ed courses, and in small settlements there's often not much to do. And it's a chance to get out and have some fun and visit. So there is no limit. As you know, this school has only been in existence. This is our 6th week of operation, so we're all pretty new at this. And it is different because it's in the city. There are a lot more demands made on the school, the Adult Ed Center, because it's in a city. It's not just part of the social life. It often is a large part of the life of the person using the center. The needs are as varied as the individual. I have a lot of people who come here have expertise in one area. Some may even have high school diplomas but want to upgrade certain skills that they've found lacking in the job field. It can be literacy, it can be computers, it can be someone who's actually has a high school diploma and done 2 years of CEGEP and wants to come back and brush up on French language skills, or a new computer program. Most of the people who are here either fall into the group of having a high school diploma and wanting to refresh and upgrade certain specific skills, or people who were the system had failed them at some point and now realize that this is a good chance for more education. There is another group that you don't see here today, and those are folks who are enrolled in other schools, either adult ed centers throughout the city or institutions of higher learning, and they use this as a drop-in center and a study hall and a place to get questions answered, because we are a friendly atmosphere and it is a native school, so people feel less threatened, less pressured in many ways. Inuktitut and Cree languages have been approved by the Ministry of Education as first language courses, which means that people from those nations may choose English or French as a second language. This is not true for someone, say a Montagnier, whose first language has not been approved by the Ministry of Education yet. So that person would be obliged to take French or English as a first language and then the other language as a second one. A Montagnier would choose French as a first language and English as a second. So we have those options because it is, the school board has taken those steps to make sure that Inuktitut is a recognized mother tongue. In terms of what we will do with other languages, we will first offer Inuktitut, then probably Cree, since we are specifically mandated for those languages. After that, we can offer other languages as pop ed courses. Micmac, and we already have the books and tapes, and the dictionaries are on order for Micmac. I have about 22 people on a list for Ojibwe. The Katavik School Board is a full school board. A high school diploma or any kind of certificate is recognized. It's also printed in Inuktitut, French, and English. So there's no mistaking what this certificate says.